Hey, this is going. Um, okay, what's up today? So, what's really talking about today? Uh, yeah, I did work today. Actually, did pretty good. I feel like I did pretty good. I should actually. What did I do today? I actually noticed when people were busy yesterday and today. I noticed when people were busy more, and I was able to leave them alone more so they could keep working, which is a big improvement for me. People with autism in general don't notice these things very often. They don't notice these things very often when other people are busy or annoyed. Screen sideways. Um, okay. Okay, well, I'll try to adjust that. I thought it would work this way, but I guess not. I'm gonna try this. Try this way. Yeah, I'm trying to get it to work landscape, but it didn't work too well. I don't think it would work. I tried to get this to work, but it didn't really give me the option of doing landscape because it was messing with. It wouldn't let me do the landscape. Just wouldn't work. Um, but I actually noticed when people were busy today at work, and I noticed it yesterday more often, which is a big improvement for me, honestly. Um, People with autism in general struggle with that, noticing these things about other people when they want to be, when they're done with the conversation, when they're annoyed, when they want to, when other people are busy. So that was a big improvement for me. I know my one manager doesn't understand why I don't notice these things. It's really hard to notice these things for me because it just doesn't occur to me. Thank you, Dark Queen. But it's kind of like it's I guess autism. The word autism comes from it's basically I think it's Greek or Latin. It basically comes from dead language words auto and ism, which means condition of self, where we basically are in our own world, so to speak. We only really are aware of what's going on in our own heads, and we're not exactly aware of what's going on around us as often. It's very hard for us to understand what's going on with other people too. So yeah, that's something that's a big improvement for me. Um, yeah, I'm just really tired right now. I could really use a nap, honestly. But yeah. Hope you're all having a good day. Trying to learn the Swahili still. Yeah, thank you. Hey, so sorry, I knew something else in here, but oh, it's bad there, huh? Uber's bad there. Yeah, sucks. Maybe I'll try to find someone, but it doesn't seem very likely with all the feedback I get online, unfortunately. What's weird is Facebook will try to get me to sign up for dating in Chicago, which is weird. Hmm. Well, unfortunately, I said I don't know what that means. I've never used Uber, so yes, I have a car. Yeah, I drive. Yeah, I just remember look at the camera. It's hard to remember because I keep wanting to look at my own eyes. But I gotta remember looking at the camera as I've discussed before. So that's something I gotta work on. Probably help with my attention span of my fans. my viewers if I look into the camera, because then it's as if I'm looking into their eyes. So I watered Paul over the weekend. I see Paul get dehydrated, and I water him. I don't know. Makes me wonder if I'm not really too responsible enough. Yeah, I'd like to believe that. I wonder if I'm not responsible enough. If I'm responsible enough for an animal, like a bearded dragon. I feel like a bearded dragon would be more low maintenance than say a dog, because you don't have to handle them as much. Plus, you can keep them in a terrarium, so they don't. They can, if they do, when they have their mess, they won't do it in the carpet, so it's not much cleaning up. You do regularly have to clean the cage and stuff, so. But it is contained. There would be a fee for pets, except for the way around that is if I get a note from a doctor saying that the bearded dragon is an emotional support animal. If the bearded dragon is, I can have a note saying that the bearded dragon is an emotional support animal. Then legally, I don't think that my landlord can charge me any extra for the animal. They can charge me if the animal causes any damage. Then they can do it. And of course, if the animals cause a disturbance, um, then that would be a different matter. But if it was just to have the animal, I don't think they could legally charge any more for it if there was a doctor's note saying that the bearded dragon was an emotional support animal. No, so there. Fortunately, I'm starting to dip into my savings for those. What do you call it? Well, it would really be a starter animal. I think that would be an animal just to keep because I'm not like I'm gone for a good 5+ hours a day. Well, I could afford a bearded dragon because they're pretty low maintenance. I think most reptiles are pretty low maintenance as far as like versus a dog. Pretty common, you have to take it to the vet and stuff, but most reptiles are pretty low maintenance. Um, but like a bearded dragon, I mean, they're I think they're kind of semi-social. Well, I'm allergic to cats. A dog would be nice. The only thing is, realistically, yeah. Well, that's not good. I mean, realistically, I'm away from my apartment. Like quite a bit every day. You know, about 4 hours a day, and obviously my Dakimakura, so I got to play with the animal, so like 4 hours a day, and the dog would be in a cage 4 hours a day, and wouldn't be able to use the restroom or anything, so it wouldn't be a fun situation for the dog. Plus, I like being able to go outside, do what I want to do, and be able to go outside and go to the library whenever I want to, or go outside, walk around whenever I want to. So, a dog would be a lot more responsibility than that. I couldn't do a lot. Plus, if I wanted to get on my phone and study something, like use Duolingo for language learning, a dog I might want to play, so I'd have to play the dog. It's like you'd give a lot up for the dog. A dog is a bit like a child in a way, because now you're responsible for another living organism. Now you have to take care of both its needs and its wants. Yeah, exactly. And I don't think I'm really responsible for a dog, especially because I can't even keep my apartment clean all the way, regularly. I mean, I can clean it up from time to time, but I can't really like keep it super clean all the time. Can't keep it maintained clean. That's a big indicator that I'm not really ready. Hey, Carl. That's a big indicator that I'm not entirely ready for a dog. Um, Also, my plant. The one thing is that I'm able to keep it alive is a big indicator that I've improved. But at the same time, I will wait until it's suffering. Yeah, puppies are great, but I will wait until my plant is really kind of dehydrated before I water it. So it's good because it gets stronger. It's stronger, a lot stronger than most houseplants because it stresses it to get stronger. But at the same time, that shows I'm not on top of it. But I do notice when it needs water. Oh, I did. I did update my records, my allergy records, when I went in for an examination at clinic on Thursday. I went to get tested for something on Thursday to get just a test done. I won't say what it was for, but a test done. And they were going over my allergies, and I let them know I'm allergic to this perfume called Calvin Klein CK5. That's what I heard it was called. Um, but I seem to be allergic to it. So that's just something interesting about me. I did say too I'm allergic to cats, but I also said to the um, doctor, or it was a physician's assistant, that sorry, got vinegar flying here. Interesting fact: a lot of people they have flies in their house. Those little flies they think they're fruit flies. They may actually be vinegar flies instead. But people confuse them. Uh, anyway, I mentioned that I'm allergic to cats, but I don't know if you put it in there or not. But I was like, I probably wouldn't have to worry about that if I was in a hospital or something, because realistically, the chance of like me coming into contact with an allergen with someone who owns cats is very low, especially considering how clean medical personnel are, just by warrant of their job, how clean they have to maintain themselves. The chance of me getting a cat allergen um, reaction is very low, versus if they were like it could be reasonable that a nurse or a doctor or medical professional or someone in the hospital would be wearing Calvin Klein CK5. That's feasible. That could happen. But as far as like a cat or allergic reaction to cats, not that likely. Simply because medical personnel just well, keep themselves so clean. I am allergic to amoxicillin though. That turns out I'm allergic to amoxicillin. What else am I doing to overcome autism? What's weird though is, yeah, my BC was actually over today when we filled out my mid tray, and we discussed what could have been different for yesterday and today. For why I did better at noticing these that people were busy, and I said it could have been because I had a higher sugar breakfast, much higher processed sugar breakfast. It's not necessarily a good thing, but we were just trying to eliminate possibilities and narrow down possibilities and try all that. But may have been a factor. I say it was a good factor, but I don't know. I've been tired a lot of these past couple days. Um, my neighbor was saying, "You're not diabetic, are you?" And I've never tested positive for diabetes, so I don't think it's a sudden onset either. So, um, I mean, it definitely wouldn't hurt to lose weight, that's for sure. Um, but I mean, I've got so much going on. I have to focus right now because of inspections. I have to focus my efforts on getting my apartment all the way clean. So that's just something that's gonna have to do right now. you just gotta figure out what the priorities are, and some priorities have to be switched around with life. Like I just have to clean up my apartment because I could get in trouble if I don't. Hey, Big Dave. Hey, Big Dave. But yeah, sometimes I just try to keep the same priorities, but sometimes other priorities come up and I have to change priorities as the situation dictates. But I also, um, well, I'm working on improving myself. My biggest challenge, though, is one of my big challenges is willpower. My willpower is getting stronger, but I also have to be realistic and be understanding of how much willpower I have so I can allocate as much as I can to the one goal, my priority goal. Right now, my priority goal is clean my apartment. That's like my one goal to do. So, just like I said, it's like my most important goal is clean my apartment. So I have to be careful with this, just how much willpower I put to other goals, because it's just the one goal goes. I have to do so much mental effort to clean my apartment. I joined a Discord for Turkic languages so that I could get some help with Uzbek. Um, they really want me to. The one guy that's Uzbek. I don't know. Would you say Uzbekian? The one guy that's Uzbek. He said I need to learn a little first, then they'll help me. I need to learn a little bit on my own first, so we'll try that. Then they'll answer questions. There's a channel called something like Learn Uzbek Daily. I could try contacting them and didn't know if they would like to do a live stream with lessons with me for content for their video so that they could use that for stuff they could upload so they can have content for their channel, and I could also get lessons. Alarm's going off. My car doesn't have an alarm, so it's not mine. Oh, something interesting is I actually got cheese armor in D&D. The Dungeons Dragons game, I got cheese armor. I accidentally got armor made out of cheese. Yep. We decided we didn't have a way. I didn't have a way to really hold this big wheel of cheese I purchased. It was like a wheel 2 feet wide and 6 inches thick. So I didn't have a way to really carry this easily. So I just decided I'd carry it like this right in front of me. So I would just carry this big wheel of cheese around with me, and D&D, my character would. And the DM rolled and determined that if the enemy shot me, there'd be an 18% chance that the arrows would hit the block of cheese. So I've got portable cheese armor now. Yep. Funny story. What else was there to talk about? I also did some research. I'm not allowed to say. You can look up the material component you need for Bane, spell Bane, on the game. In D&D 5e, you can look up the material component. But most of my most of the things my character does is actually, well, is actually verbal and somatic, um, spells. He doesn't really do much up close combat. He's got a pretty good AC of 20, but he doesn't do up close combat very much. He's more of the backseat support because he's a bard and he sometimes helps with healing. But he does. Um, Most of his spells are verbal and somatic, so I can just be like shooting stuff forward. I can just stand in the back and shoot stuff forward while holding up the block of cheese for armor. So yeah, I can still shoot in the back, but I found. Oh, one moment. Oh, that's good. I got Discord popping up. But yeah, I've my bard. I can keep using him. I've decided next level, which is a ways away, to get my bard up another level of bard, so I can get him. I don't know if I want to get. No, I won't get heroism. No, I won't get heroism. I will, however, get. Not heroism. I will, however, get him. Not heroism. Not heroism. I'll get him Fairy Fire. I think it's called Fairy Fire. Where the enemies have to make a dex save. If they fail, they have to make any attacks against them have advantage, and they don't benefit from invisibility. So that would probably be very good. I could also use Vicious Mockery. That's a cantrip we're gonna pick out Vicious Mockery, so I can just keep giving them disadvantage on their next attack. We go up against a lot of fighters, so they get multi attack, but it would help a little. Hold on. Get this taken care of. He does get multi attack, so they get multi attack. So I would only give them disadvantage on their first attack, but it would help a little, especially if I instead of Fairy Fire cast Bane and they fail the Bane save, then they get a D4 to all attacks and saves. So they are more likely to get disadvantage on their next attack because they're more likely to fall victim to Vicious Mockery. So, yeah, Bard can be very supportive, and on top of that, I can with my Bard, because my Bard is College of Lore, I can use cutting words if necessary. So I could possibly rob them of some crits and stuff. Yeah, my Bard can be pretty good. But then after this next level of Bard, I'm going to um, work on building up some, you call it, some levels of Sorcerer. Because in 2 levels of Sorcerer, I can get Distance Spell and Subtle Spell. So my Subtle Spell, if we need to be sneaky, I can be sneaky. You know, I can be quiet and cast a spell quietly. Especially if I'm hiding behind something, they would have no idea I was back there because I was casting it quietly. They wouldn't know. And also, if we're behind something, I can cast invisibility on my allies, and we can sneak by invisible, and they wouldn't know that I cast it. They wouldn't hear me cast the invisibility. And I have a message, so it'd be like just telling people quietly what's going on, cast invisibility. Enemies wouldn't hear me talking or casting a spell. Hey, Golden Skull. But also, I would get. I'd also get twin spell so that if the enemies get close, I can get I'd get twin spell as well as um, misty step, so that way if enemies get close, I can twin spell like shocking grasp, use misty step and get away, and then move my movement speed away, or I could twin spell inflict wounds. Because I have a level cleric, so I can twin spell inflict wounds, and then misty step away and still get away my movement speed. Or I could, because I have a level cleric, twin spell guiding bolt. Not so good, unfortunately, because I had to put my energy away from weight loss and to clean my apartment up because of an inspection that I just got dropped on me. First, I was told I had a week's notice, and then all of a sudden, nope, you've got like 2 days. I was told on Thursday that the inspections will be next Thursday, and then I was told, nope, Monday through Friday that we're going to be inspecting random apartments. So, yep, Monday through Friday they're going to be inspecting random apartments. I was told that Friday, so it's like, yeah, 2 days, 3 days to clean everything up. And I basically had a lot of stuff to scrub. So, how's everyone else doing today? Oh, and let me get this call. Actually, I probably shouldn't get this call on the live stream. I will end this live stream a little early, though, so I can call this guy back. Probably end this at a half hour. I've got a few more minutes. I got about 2 more minutes. No, not right now. I'll call him back in a little bit, but a few more minutes I'll be on. I'll be on a few more minutes. I'm still learning some languages a little bit. No, I have not. I'm not a big gamer, though. I'm not that big of a gamer. I'm not really. Well, I don't really have time. So, I mean, technically I have time, but I'm working on, you know, doing more language studying. So realistically, I'm trying to not have time. You understand what I'm saying? But it's a lot of work I have to do on myself. But yeah, I'll do a few more minutes and then I'll call him. Anyway, what else is there to talk about? Let's talk about something else real quick. What else can we talk about? How's anyone else doing today? How's everyone else doing today? Anything interesting happen in your day? I've got therapy on Thursday and I'm not sick, so I can go there. Unfortunately, I'm not really allowed to talk about politics. Oh, 2 days. Oh yeah, work's exhausting. I don't really get time off work. I'm getting the 15th off from for a convention, but I requested that time off quite a bit earlier, so quite a bit in advance. I asked for the 15th of October off. Ooh, closing can be rough. I closed once. It was hard. Although I didn't really finish the entire closing. I don't think I did. I did probably 3/4 or so of the closing just to help close it. But yeah, I probably did like 3/4 of the way of closing, but that was mostly to help clean stuff up. I didn't do like the money Um, I wasn't there for when the money was actually counted and, well, not counted, not deposited. It wasn't taken to the bank. I wasn't there when the money was taken to the bank. I wasn't there when the money was dropped off and stuff like that. Um, I wasn't there for the final bits, but I was there for most of the closing to help clean everything up, disassemble everything, all that. Remember one time, actually, at least one time when I was there as a customer to eat food, at least one time, they asked me to clock in, if I'd be okay to clock in real quick just to dump the grease, because they knew I liked doing that, simply because it was good practice for me. I like doing it because it was good practice for me to use the lifting technique to help ingrain in my mind how to lift things properly. So, and they knew I was careful about it and that, um, like some people might jerk and try to rush lifting it up, but I was careful and deliberate in how I lifted up the grease because that container can get very heavy or very heavy. So yeah, they liked it when I dumped the grease because, well, they trusted me enough to do it in a way that I was less likely to injure myself. So that was good. I wanted to. I'm not going to tell you this because I don't want to create any false hopes. Uh, but I wanted to do something in a future live stream. But I'm not sure how the tax will work with it. How it'll work with taxes. So I don't know what to do with it. I'm going to try and see how it would work with taxes if I can do it without it affecting my income because the money wouldn't be for me. It'd be for an organization. But the income would go to an organization instead of me. But I don't know if it would be it would influence my income at all on taxes. So I'd have to check with a broker or I guess there'd be a CPA, people that handle taxes for clients for the company that helps people with disabilities that helps me. Well, yeah, you can. It's just it's a certain amount you can. I think it depends. I don't know if it's a certain amount or the whole thing. Yeah, the thing. I don't know if it's a certain amount or the whole thing. That's the problem because there's a limit to how much you can write off. I believe. I understand, but it'll just be. Well, it's not. It's just a certain special way, and I want to make sure we can check with the CPA place and whatnot because it'd be a YouTube live stream. So I understand what you mean, but the only thing is, it's going to be a rage talk. The only thing is, it's like it's a YouTube live stream, and YouTube revenue is linked to my bank account, to my credit union accounts. It's linked to that, so I could talk to YouTube and see if they can set it up to go somewhere else. But the only thing is, if I were to do that, I would need that organization's bank account and routing number, and I don't think they would be willing to give that to me because it's just a very um, important thing that you don't want to give just to anybody. So you would need to give Google, the company, bank account routing number to get money there. Yeah, that would work. Yeah, I could send it there. I just need to be able to be. The thing is, the money would first go into my account. Um, Once the money gets to a certain threshold, because YouTube actually sends thresholds. It doesn't send routine amounts. It sends per threshold. You have to hit a certain threshold before it will send that amount. Well, I'm probably gonna end it and call that guy back. It's my staff. He wants to know if he can come early, so I'm probably gonna end it and call him. So, well, I guess I'll end it, guys. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Um, thanks for helping me get some hours up on my uh, channel. I might do a live stream tomorrow too. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I'll figure out what time. I'm thinking 3 p.m. EDT, Eastern Daylight Time tomorrow. I'm thinking 3 p.m. That's when it'll probably be good. But until then, I have to say bye. Call that guy back. So, bye, guys.